everybody, I'm Sunshine Flying, you can call me Tia, and today we are back with another Medina Studios renovation. This is the last apartment to renovate in the Medina Studios building in San Myshuno, and I am so excited about this one. So I tried to break away a little bit from the original kind of pattern I'd started following with the older, smaller apartments in Medina Studios, which was the very light colored, very bright, very open theme. What I went for with this apartment was definitely sticking with the modern theme, but trying to get a little more black and white modern instead of the just light colors everywhere. So I did continue on with some of the angles, as you can see here in the corner, and I really at first was not sure about what I thought this should look like, and as it started to come together, I was like, maybe the angles are a bit too much, but eventually I just embraced it, started to really fall in love with it, and really just ran with it. So a lot of this apartment is just going to be black and white. This room that we are working on right now is an anomaly with the amount of color that it has in it, though as you can see I did try to keep some of that black and white theme still in it. This room, I realized after the fact, had a lot of kind of weird angles in it, but also didn't have any windows. And as a general rule, I try to make all of the bedrooms on walls with windows, but that kind of slipped my mind on this one. In my head, though, I decided the kid probably wouldn't care, and would probably be like too young to notice. But if I'd been thinking a little harder, I probably would have switched where that room is and where the bathroom is. But it is where it is, and I'm just going to roll with it. And so here we are creating the kind of kids wing of the house is what I would call it. So we finished the children's or toddler's room. It is a toddler room that we have some toddler stuff in it, like the potty chair. And then in this other room is like a child's room. And I had a lot of fun with this one, just trying to get everything fit in there, get some clutter on the desk. And the kids' rooms really have more splashes of color. Though this might be a teen's room, but it could be preteen. I wish we had preteens in The Sims. Honestly, I think that would be so fun. It's definitely an interesting age group that we could do a lot with. But alas, we don't have it, so we just kind of got to make do with what we have. So this is a very blue kind of themed bedroom for a child, and I had a lot of fun putting those splashes of color in and kind of giving the room a little bit of personality, even though it is fairly small, all things considered. And I'm very happy with how it turned out, actually, and just like the use of the space, the brightness of the room, and just kind of how it all came together. I think this is actually my favorite room in the apartment. And part of it is just because of the clutter and just how cozy it feels. And then decorating this space, I wasn't really sure what to do, especially because there's just a lot of dead wasted space. But I ended up putting like a table with a flower on it and some of these city living kind of hanging tapestry artwork things, and left it at that. This room is another one of my favorites in this apartment, and this is the office. First of all, I use those bookshelves from the Moschino pack, which there's not much that I actually do use from that pack, but those I would say that I, without a doubt, use the most often. And then as I was going through, I really wanted this to be kind of a refined home office, so I went through looking for a lot of the wall art that kind of signifies that, like the magazine article, the awards, the college pictures, the stuff that looks very like work related or collegiate. I definitely threw together here and kind of did a little collage wall for the person who uses this office. And overall, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I definitely have shown this room off a lot on social media, so if if you or I guess you can't download this, but if you really like this room, I can also just upload this particular room to the gallery, just dropped in the comments below. And you can do that on any room in any house, really, especially if it's not a house that I'm uploading to the gallery. None of these apartments in San Myshuno I'll be doing that for, just because it is so difficult to do. And I really just, honestly, I'm too lazy to go through and delete a bunch of stuff so I can upload it and then put it all back. Here I put a little shelf in the hallway, and I added some more kind of front door type accessories before heading over to what I would call the parents' wing of the apartment. And so really what I did here was I made a tiny bathroom, just, a sink and a toilet for if the people in this apartment are ever having guests or entertaining. And then I had a little bit more fun with this side here and turned it into more of a coffee nook, which is one of my favorite things to put into any build that I do. I am a big coffee drinker, and I really kind of wish I had like a coffee bar type space in my house, but unfortunately my house, the kitchen is just too small for that. But we do have a full regular bar, which is kind of nice. But since I can't have it in person, I always try to put it in The Sims. So here I'm just kind of putting together this little coffee bar before moving on to the kitchen in general. I had a lot of fun using these wall pieces as well. I really love using those as dividers. I wish you could just stick them as dividers without having to place walls first, but unfortunately you can't do that. So I had to place walls and then those pieces and then delete the walls. And this was really the only apartment where I didn't mind so much having such tall wall heights. I know a lot of people have complaints about the wall heights in some of these apartments in San Myshuno, and honestly, I get it. They can be a pain at times. But I like how it worked with this apartment. I feel like it makes it feel very airy, kind of like homes with like lofted ceilings. And I had fun kind of cluttering up the kitchen while also trying to make it feel kind of broad and open and not too overly fancy. So I did put some like utensils on the wall, some pots and pans on the wall, and some clutter on the countertop, some herbs drying on the wall, things like that. And there's plenty of space for Sims to cook in here, soap and paper towels by the sink. And I just really had fun playing on this black and white theme that really, aside from the kids' bedrooms and the bathroom down at that end, we kind of keep up with the whole build. And I enjoyed it, honestly. I do like a lot of color in my builds, but I think in this apartment in particular, especially once I painted the walls and laid the flooring, it made a lot of sense, I think. And I'm really happy with how it all kind of came together. I'm also putting together the living room here, and I wished so badly that we had sectionals that I actually tried to build my own. And I think in the end it turned out pretty nicely. I ended up using, I think they're also from the Moschino pack, using the couches that have like an open end and kind of piecing them together that way. And yes, they do clip a little, but in the end, I think it turned out okay. I don't know how much of the couch is functional to sit on, since I did also raise up those pillows, which I think are maybe from either movie hangout stuff or like Parenthood or something, but I did kind of raise those up using move objects so it looked like throw pillows on the couch. I kind of wish that we had objects like that in the game. I think it would make the furniture, especially the ones that look kind of uncomfortable, make it look a little bit more comfortable and cozy, kind of like the couch that we got with paranormal stuff. But I don't think we're going to get that, so I'll just use those pillows instead. Moving on now, we are in the master bathroom. This is an ensuite to the master bedroom, and I tried to make it very spa-like. I've been on a spa kick lately, so that's probably part of it, but I tried to make it very spa-like, very cozy and comfortable. And so it has a shower and a bathtub. I used platforms to make a space for the bathtub as well. I don't know if your sim will have trouble getting into the bathtub. It will have to be play tested. I did another build that had something similar, and I don't remember if I've posted that yet or not. But if I haven't, I will be soon. And in that one, I actually pulled the platform out one more square outwards, so they could step up onto it and have that kind of platform edge to stand on to get into the bathtub. So there is a possibility that that doesn't work. I have not play tested that. Now we're in the master bedroom, which also has a ton of black and white in it. I'm a little disappointed. So I tried to take a picture or some screenshots of this room, and those hanging lamps actually clipped out every single time I tried to do it. So the only time you can see them is during the build. They're actually not in the screenshots, which is definitely a bummer. But I like that as an alternate for a bedside table lamp. I just think it like adds a touch of class, adds a little bit more dimension to the room. And yeah, I think it was a nice little splash of color in this room as well. Just that gold bronze kind of accent in an otherwise black and white room. We are coming up towards the end of the build with this bedroom. I did kind of mess around with the rugs a little bit, but ultimately, I don't know if I kept it to, I want to say I didn't, but it looks like I did, I guess. And then having that little divider between the bed and that little kind of coffee nook by that main window. So here we are at the screenshots, and just very black and white with some splashes of color, very sophisticated apartment. You can't even tell that behind several of those doors is a whole splash of color. But I am so happy with how this renovation came out. I think it's so different from the other two. And I liked that it was bigger after doing some smaller ones. Bigger ones, one after another, get kind of stressful and a little repetitive. But anyway, I am very happy with how this turned out, and I'm very curious to see what you think of this renovation. If you like this style more or less than the last style that I did, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. That being said, I am all done for today, and I will have another renovation video for you next Wednesday and another build video for you on Friday. Thank you so much for watching, listening, supporting, and all of that, and I will talk to you again very soon.